Hey, it's Greg Burdine, and glad you're continuing the journey in Route 66. Now, some of you may have picked it up later on, but some of you have started all the way day number 1, and now we are in day number 110. So we're doing pretty good here, just kind of moving along. And we're getting into some of the interesting stories. First Kings has some really, really good stories. You're going to be introduced today to a prophet by the name of Elijah, and that's going to be a good one. So we got 3 chapters today. So grab your Bible and let's see a couple of things that we're going to do, just to give you a little bit of an overview of either what you're going to read or what you've already read. So let's just see what we have. We have here 1 Kings chapter 16. We're going to do 16, 17, and 18. And we have here the corrupt kings of Israel. Yeah, there's some really, really bad kings that come along here. Several of these kings doing some really bad things. Each king, it seems like, gets worse and worse and worse. And finally, we get one by the name of Ahab. Ahab is a horrible king. If that wasn't enough, he married Jezebel, who was a horrible queen, and they promoted Baal worship, the worship of a false god in Israel, leading Israel even deeper into idolatry. He's described as doing more evil than all of them before him. That's Ahab. And so what God does in chapter 17, Elijah just comes out of nowhere and tells Israel the nation is going to go through a drought. It's not going to rain till whoever knows, till whatever. And he runs away and he goes and hides. God provides for him through ravens in a brook, gets some water. Then he goes to another place and a widow takes care of him with flour and oil that miraculously never run out. And later, Elijah raises her son from the dead. And so it's just, Elijah is just an amazing prophet. And in chapter 18, Elijah finally confronts Ahab, challenges his 450 prophets of Baal to a contest on this mountain, Mount Carmel, to see which God can answer by fire. Well, we know who it is. It's going to be the God, and he does. And it's just an amazing contest and a victory. And the people declare, the Lord, He is God. False prophets are defeated, and the rain, after the drought, rain comes down and ends the drought. So some lessons that we can learn from all of this. One lesson that we can learn from the kings is when sin is tolerated, sin gets repeated, and sin gets worse. It's not going to get better. It's going to get worse. When we allow sin to be in our life, when we allow sin in our nation, it's not going to get any better. It's just going to continue to get worse and worse. Sin unchecked leads to disaster, and it's really, really bad. And yet we find out with Elijah, God provides for us in unexpected ways. I love that story in chapter 17 of how God provided for Elijah. He gave him a brook, a little bit of stream that gave him some water. The ravens came and gave him some food. And then when the brook dried up because of the drought, God told him to go to a widow woman, a poor woman, to take care of him. Now, how's she going to take care of him? All she has is enough stuff for her son and one meal and we're done. But she provides for it, and God provides for her, and they're well fed. God provides for us in unexpected ways. God will provide for you in unexpected ways. And then chapter 18, one person totally surrendered to God can make a big difference. Elijah was one person. And you may think, oh, he is such a mighty man. What's amazing is in the New Testament, James, the writer of the letter of James, he says Elijah was a man, he says it, of like passions of us. Elijah wasn't any different than you are. He just stood up to wrong. He just was courageous enough to do something about it. One person surrendered to God can do amazing things and make a big difference. And you could be that one person. So just be encouraged. It just takes one, and God could do some amazing things.